One reason that it can be a little stressful when someone interrupts you when you're speaking English is that you're worried about losing your train of thought. When you lose your train of thought, you briefly forget the logic or reasoning behind your idea or argument, and you have a little trouble returning back to your main point. If you've ever had trouble following someone's train of thought, don't worry, they may not be organizing their ideas very well or expressing themselves clearly. In this case, you can ask them some clarifying questions to get them back on track. So I hope you've noticed the idiom that I'm using in order to express this particular idea. We're talking about the idiom train of thought, and this is often used with to lose your train of thought. I lost my train of thought. It's very commonly used in that expression. So first, let's look at how we pronounce train of thought. We tend to stress train of thought, train of thought. Train of thought, train of thought. So as you notice, it has a particular rhythm which you can expect to hear. Your train of thought is the logical sequence of your ideas. And so if you lose your train of thought, you lose the logical sequence of your ideas. You may not quite remember the way your ideas were connected, and this can be stressful if you're not a native speaker. If you lose your train of thought, you forget the point that you wanted to make. If you don't follow someone's train of thought, you're not able to follow their own logic or reasoning, and maybe you need to ask them to clarify. So now let's look at a couple of examples so that you can understand how to use train of thought in a sentence. When the phone rang loudly in the middle of the speaker's presentation, he lost his train of thought and needed us to remind him. We don't like listening to that politician's speeches because it's impossible to follow his train of thought. I'll answer your question in just a moment, but before I lose my train of thought, I want to mention this very important point. So now it's your turn. I want you to let me know if you've ever lost your train of thought in the comments below. What happened? What did you do? Did somebody remind you of what you were talking about? Remember, it's okay to take a moment to remember your train of thought, and a careful listener will remind you of what you were saying. Once again, I'm Kim from EnglishWithKim.com. I'm your guide to the essential conversation skills you need to sound more natural in English. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Have a good one. Goodbye.